Shouldn't skipping to payday be as easy as skipping to the next song? Introducing MyPay from Chime. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. Get paid when you save with MyPay. Start at Chime.com. Eligibility requirements apply. Credit limits range from $20 to $500. Provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. and Stride Bank N.A.
This is Kristen Bell.
And Adam Brody.
And we're dating.
In our new show, Nobody Wants This.
Right. We're not really dating.
No, in real life, we're married.
Right. Married to other people, not each other.
Oh, this is complicated.
Right. It's just like our love lives in Nobody Wants This, a show about what happens when a bold and sometimes provocative podcast host finds her unlikely match in a sweet traditional rabbi.
You can watch every episode of Nobody Wants This now, only on Netflix.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily. How to Teach Your Kids to Build Tiny Habits and Why It's Important by Kalen Bruce of freedomsprout.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show where I narrate all sorts of content to improve your relationships. I am your host, Greg Audino. As you know, there are many different types of relationships, so tune in for episodes on dating, friendships, self-worth, and a lot more. We cover it all in one episode or another, I promise you that much. Now, have you ever wondered how you could help your kids build new habits? If so, you are in luck. In today's post, Kalen Bruce shares his experience teaching tiny habits to kids. So let's get right into it and start optimizing your life. How to Teach Your Kids to Build Tiny Habits and Why It's Important by Kalen Bruce of freedomsprout.com. Habits are most easily built when you start small. Learning to start small is easiest when you are small. Habits is a system created by BJ Fogg, PhD, head of the Behavior Design Lab at Stanford University. He's been studying how people change behaviors for over 20 years, and now you can apply his research in your parenting. Have you heard it takes 21 days to build a habit? Actually, one popular study showed it takes 66 days. Did you know that neither of those are correct for every habit? Each time a habit is built, the time it takes to form is based on three things. Number 1, the person forming the habit. Number 2, the habit itself. Number 3, the context in which the habit is being built. If you hate doing something, it will take you longer to build the habit. If you love doing something, it will take less time. If it's within your wheelhouse already, it will take less time. If it isn't, more time. You get the idea. The best part is, it doesn't matter how long it takes. It just matters that you create and help your children create positive habits. The power is in starting small. The real power is in starting tiny. The Tiny Habits Method. I've been following Dr. Fogg and his research since 2010. I've used his system to create tiny habits in my life. Many of these habits have compounded into much larger habits. Some are still tiny, some habits should grow, while others don't need to. Habits like running, writing, reading, and lifting weights can start tiny and become huge gradually. Other habits, like a morning gratitude practice, flossing, and affirmations, may only take a few minutes or less, so no need to increase. While these small changes are simple, there is a method to it. If you want to teach your kids the easiest way to create lasting habits, you'll need to understand the method. It starts with the Fogg behavioral model. B equals MAP. B for behavior happens when, M, motivation, A for ability, and P for prompt converge at the same moment. The recipe looks like this. After I blank, I will blank, and then celebrate. That's a recipe for a tiny habit. You can get recipe cards to fill out with your kids. To make it simple, the ABCs of behavior design are 1. Anchor movement. An existing habit that reminds you to do the new behavior, i.e., after I brush my teeth, I will blank. Number 2, new tiny behavior. A tiny version of the habit you want to create, i.e., I will do 2 push-ups or floss 1 tooth. Number 3, instant celebration. A small celebration to create a positive feeling internally. This must occur immediately, i.e., saying yes or awesome. Dr. Fogg calls this feeling shine. It's a simple concept. You find something you already do, an established habit, attach a tiny habit, and build the habit over time. There are 7 steps in the process. 7 steps in behavior design. Step 1. Clarify the aspiration. Step 2. explore behavior options. Step 3, match with specific behaviors. Step 4, start tiny. Step 5, find a good prompt. Step 6, celebrate successes. Step 7, troubleshoot, iterate, and expand. Number 1, clarify the aspiration. First, you must figure out what you're trying to do. This is the habit you're building. Number 2, explore behavior options. Next, figure out what you already do and what you're likely to stick with. Number 3, match with specific behaviors. Now, figure out which current behavior you can attach the new habit to. Number 4, start tiny. You'll want to start extremely small, something that only takes seconds. Number 5, find a good prompt. Find a part of your existing routine that prompts the new habit. Number 6, celebrate successes. This is huge. It may sound silly at first, but you must celebrate in a small way to train your mind. This ensures the habits stick. It's a sort of mind hack, but the celebration must be immediate or your brain won't connect it to the new habit. Dr. Fogg explains how rewarding yourself with a massage after a week of working out consistently is great, but that's an incentive. Your brain can't connect the two since they're so far apart. Immediate celebration is directly connected to your new habit. Number 7, troubleshoot, iterate, and expand. Think of building a new habit like budgeting. It doesn't always work right away. If something isn't working out, troubleshoot the habit to see why you're forgetting to do it or why it's hard for you to get started. The habit could be too large, or you could be trying to prompt it at the wrong time. To iterate, simply keep performing the habit. Once the tiny habit is established, if it makes sense with the given habit, it's time to expand. When you're teaching your kids to build new habits, teach them to identify with the habit. This is just as important as starting small. Identity-based habits. Identity-based habits are built when you shift your mindset to become a person of this new habit. Bring the "I'm the kind of person who" into the scenario. Once you identify with the new habit, you'll train your brain to become the person you want to be. Instead of trying to exercise, become a person who exercises regularly. Whether this is true today or not, you must become a person who never misses a workout or who never misses 2 days in a row. If you always think of yourself as becoming a fit person, it will be hard to get there. You have to identify as that person now. Here are some examples. Instead of "I want to write a book," say, "I'm the kind of person who writes daily." Instead of "I want to be in shape," say, "I'm the kind of person who exercises daily." Instead of "I want to run faster," say, "I'm the kind of person who runs 5 days a week." It's not about brainwashing yourself to believe something that isn't true. It's about actually becoming the kind of person who does the new habit. This is similar to affirmations insofar as you're often stating something that isn't true yet. Teaching tiny habits to kids. We're never taught how to build new habits, though children are often expected to build habits on their own. If they learn how to build these habits, it will be an easy practice they can take into adulthood. Make it fun for your kids. Teach them the basic idea of creating habits and start creating habits with them. My kids love working out, and it's easy for kids to build their fitness quickly. You can start with the push-up habit, it's an easy one. Attach it to something they already do, like brushing their teeth. If they struggle to remember to brush their teeth daily, do it with them. Brush your teeth together and then do 2 push-ups. Once they get used to that, do 3 push-ups. In a few months, you could have a routine of brushing your teeth and doing 20 push-ups. You're teaching your kids how to build positive habits the whole time. You can also tie this into cleaning up. When mom or dad give the 15-minute warning for dinner time, I will put away my toys. Don't try to create 10 habits the first day. Start with 1. Add more habits gradually. If you implement it in a fun way, your kids will see this as a game. If they continue to see it that way for the rest of their life, building habits will be a breeze. You just listened to the post titled, "How to Teach Your Kids to Build Tiny Habits and Why It's Important," by Kalen Bruce of freedomsprout.com.
Introducing My Pay from Chime, a revolutionary new way to get paid. Let's say new dates to your favorite band's sold-out tour drop Tuesday, but you get paid Friday. Life doesn't wait for payday. With My Pay from Chime, you can get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. My Pay. Get paid when you say. Start at Chime.com. Eligibility requirements apply. Credit limits range from $20 to $500. $2 fee to get funds instantly. Provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. and Stride Bank N.A.
This episode is brought to you by Rakuten. If you're shopping while working, eating, or even listening to this podcast, then you know and love the thrill of the hunt. But are you getting the thrill of the best deals? Rakuten shoppers do. They get the brands they love with the most savings and cash back. And you can get it too. Start getting cash back at your favorite stores like Samsung, Expedia, and Sephora. And even stack sales on top of cash back. It's easy to use, and you get your cash back through PayPal or check. The idea is simple. Stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. Download the free Rakuten app and never miss a deal. Or go to Rakuten.com to start getting the most bang for your buck. That's Rakuten.
Hey, it's me, the Quenchies. I'm that late afternoon craving you just can't shake. Wait, what's that? Welch's Grape Aid? No! Made with real fruit and no added sugar, nothing answers the call of the Quenchies like Grape Aid. Got the Quenchies? Grab a Grape Aid in your juice aisle.
And an awesome, well-researched post from Kalen, which we thank him for. Habit research is extremely interesting, guys. It goes without saying that our habits make the framework for our lives at large, and that mastering habits is a simple and trustworthy way to make lasting, significant life changes. And as Kalen illustrated today, it doesn't require massive changes. It doesn't require you to flip your life upside down. Small, minuscule changes build momentum and get us to where we need to be over time. And it starts today by changing maybe 1 or 2 minutes of your day at most. It's tried, it is true, and it is powerful. So thank you to Kalen for shining light on this today. We are done for today, though, my friends. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you again tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.